asked you, especially yesterday, to work on U2, which was the graphing. All right? This is exactly the same. Now, listen, I am not asking you to graph it on graph paper. I'm asking you to look up and tell me how you would graph it, and then you're going to use your graphing calculator. Hold on. I've got an interruption already. That's why the yardstick. No interruptions. Put all that garbage away. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with him. Get on this right now. No mumbling under your breath. I can hear mumbling also. Yeah, here we go. All right. So for number one, all right, for number one, explain how do I do number one? This first part of the graph, what do I do to graph it? Shh, I want to hear it. Go. No, no, no. I'm not asking you. I'm asking you how do you graph it. So, go. Y equals what? No, no, no. I'm asking you. Tell me how to graph it. Tell them, please.
So you go
0.
And then -1/6.
That's exactly what I want to hear. Everybody should be able to tell me that at this stage of the game. If you can't tell me that at this stage of the game, you are way behind. I'm not asking you to use your calculator right now. I'm asking you to look up here and say I would go 0, 0, then I would go down 1 to the right 6. Do you understand that? Come on now, I mean it. All right, I got another big test, and I keep telling you it's November. We have a short weekend, or a short month in November because we take a week off for Thanksgiving. Then we have Christmas. We take a couple weeks off in Christmas. All right, so again, I don't even care. I'm just telling you, don't be disappointed in your grade. All right? Don't be disappointed. All right, we don't have a lot of grades. That's why it's important to pay attention and go and pay attention with me. Work the problems and listen to what I'm telling you. So for the second equation, how do I graph the second equation? Go to 10. Then you go down 1 and over 1. Perfect. So now, everybody, go to the calculator. Under y1, type in -1/6x. Under y2, type in -x plus 10. And then I want you to hit zoom standard because I want to make sure we're in a 10 by 10 screen. And when you're in a 10 by 10 screen, can you see the point of intersection?
No.
The point of intersection does not come up on the graph. There is a point of intersection, you are correct, but it doesn't come on the graph. So I need to teach you now how to get it into the screen so the calculator will be able to tell you the point of intersection. Now, go to Zoom, or not go to Zoom, but go to Window for me.
Oh, I got it.
Go to Window. No, let me explain it. Go to Window. I need the X maximum increased. So instead of X max equal 10, I want you to go change it to a 20. All right? Oh. Listen, Sebastian, you thought I don't like you before. You're going to really think I don't like you now. Every time you say something sarcastic or under your breath or something obnoxious, I'm going to call you out. You're not doing that in my classroom anymore. Simple as that. You are going to grow up this year. And I mean it. I don't like the sarcasm. Now, under the, well, what am I supposed to do, man? Go get some new batteries. So under X maximum, put in the 20. All right, and then when you put in a 20, the point of intersection should now come up. Is everybody with me? Now, to find the point of intersection on your calculator, I need you to go to Second, Calc, and then it should say 5, and then you hit Enter, Enter, Enter. And what does it say the solution is? 12, comma, -2. Now, if you can't do that on a calculator, you can put your hand up and I can try to come over and show you real quick. Same with you. All right, same what I was telling him. Stop being obnoxious, grow up a little bit, and talk. All right, I'm not interested in games anymore. All right, got another 6 months to try to get you ready for high school. And some of you not even close. Yes, so go to Zoom standard. Right here. Zoom standard. Right, now, hey, I'm working. Girls, do number 3 if you got it under control. Now, no, you got to go to window. This is the polar intersections over here. Then you'll change the X max to 20. Now, stop. Now do the polar intersection. All right. Now, you would have known that if you would have listened to me. But instead, you're involved in other conversations. So you're not paying attention. So that's why you didn't know. All right. Now, on question number 3. Here we go. On question number 3, I have a little problem. Look up, please. All right, for question number 3, we have an issue. The first equation's not set up properly. So what do I have to do? What do I have to do? Julia, you have to move the X. Exactly. Put your hand down. All right. I want everybody to put down for number 3, y equals negative x minus 5. All right. So now, Mr. Hanlon, how do I graph y equals negative x minus 5? Just tell me. No, I go just by hand. If you were to type graph by hand, what would I do?
You go down 5 numbers.
Down 5, plot a point. After I go down
another one.
Yes, that's exactly correct. Hey, it's not my bad. That's what we're practicing for. All right? So I want you to stop talking. All right? So we're graphing y equals negative x minus 5. Now, tell me without any interruption, Connor, how do I graph that now? The first one, what do I do?
You go down 5 and top 3.
Then you go.
Then you go down another one.
Exactly. All right. So for the next equation, all right. For the next equation, I want to hear Caroline. Tell me, how do I graph this equation? What do? Go down 8. Then what?
Then you go down forever line.
That's correct. That's what I want. I want you with me. All right, pay attention. I don't want you distracted. If you are distracted, you move. Now, use your calculator. All right? Type it in. All right? Under y1 and under y2. And then tell me the point of intersection. What is it, Caroline? Negative 1 comma what? Negative 1 comma negative 4. Everybody double check that. Hanson, you back in the game?
Oh, yeah.
No. Listen to the video. That's what the video is for. I'm not going to go back and repeat everything for you because you weren't here. Go under y equals and type in negative x minus 5. And then go under y2 and type in negative 4x minus 8. Chop, chop. Now hit graph. Now, you want to calculate the point of intersection. I said it that way because I want you to hit the second calc button. And it'll come up 5, intersection. Then hit enter, enter, enter. And what did you get?
On the top.
Enter, enter, enter. And the bottom it should tell you an answer.
-1, -4.
Brilliant. Okay? Now go back and listen to how I did number 1 because number 1, there's a screen problem. All right? Number 1 is a screen problem. Okay. Now, again, substitution is what I tried to show you on Monday. 1 and 3 was what I did on Friday. I'm telling you, I'm watching everything you're doing, and I'm reporting everything back. Ignore it. Here we go. Number 5. I'm making a substitution. So that means wherever I see an x, I'm going to put what? Negative 4y minus 9. We're not using our calculator now. No calculator. This is a substitution problem. Wherever I see x, I plug in negative 4y minus 9. So here we go. So 2, open parentheses, negative 4y minus 9, close parentheses, minus 3y equals 4. Anybody have any questions with what I'm doing there? Any questions? What? Look right here. I didn't do a good job. This right here is going in for this x right there. That's what I did. And then I'm just asking you to solve it. And when I solve that, distribute negative 8y minus 18 minus 3y equals 4. Negative 8y and negative 3y is what? Negative 11y minus 18 equals 4. So negative 11y equals 22. So y equals what? Negative 2. Now that I found out what y is, I take y and I plug it in up here for this y right there. And so I have x equals negative 4 times negative 2 minus 9. X equals 8 minus 9. X equals negative 1. So my answer is negative 1, negative 2. What?
How do you know when to just like put negative 8y and negative 3y together, not just add 3y?
Oh, yes. Good. I'm glad you're trying to figure this out. Because this is where your mistakes are. This is what you have to clean up. You just tell me, what's negative 8y and negative 3y? You're combining terms. Right? You're not moving it to the other side. You're combining terms. First, you have to combine terms. Right? First, you have to combine terms. That's the substitution process. All right? That's the substitution process, which we learned on Monday. All right? So that should be pretty good. All right? Now, we're going down doing the odds, guys. So now I'm on question number 7. All right? So you're going to make a substitution on question number 7. All right. Now this time, wherever you see an x, you're going to put what? You're putting 4y plus 8. Wherever you see an x, you're putting 4y plus 8. So this is coming right in here for x. That whole thing. So now, 2, open parentheses, 4y plus 8, close parentheses, minus 8y equals 6. Now here's the time where I really need you to speak up if you're not sure about what I'm doing. It's much better for me to correct now than correct when I'm 5 problems down. Anybody have any issue with that? All right? So now we're distributing 8y plus 16 minus 8y equals 6. What happens to 8y and minus 8y? Yeah, they cancel out. So Sebastian, what happens? 16 equals 6. That is obviously false. So he is correct. There is no solution. Now, more importantly than telling me it's no solution, I really want you to be able to tell me those lines are what? The lines are parallel. That's what that means. All right? Parallel lines. That's what I want you to write down. Parallel lines, that means there is no solution. All right, I want you to understand that. All right? So now, here we go. Solve by the addition method. All right, this is what we did on Tuesday. All right? So solve by the addition method. So obviously, we're just going to add them. All right. So now, when I add these, all right, please be careful. All right. Some people last class, I just feel like you're not paying attention at all. So if you add, what do you get? Good. 2x equals 18. Come on, that's not that hard. The y's do what to each other? They cancel out. So x equals 9. Perfect. So now we know x equals 9. So if x equals 9, that means I plug 9 in wherever I see the x. So 9 plus y equals 14. So y equals what? Y equals 5. So my answer is 9 comma 5. My answer is 9 comma 5. Of course it would be wrong, because that means the x is 5 and the y is 9. Alphabetical order. All right? Now, I want everybody to try number 11. All right, now listen, guys. I never interrupt class, but I'm supposed to give you some stuff. I gave my homeroom theirs. Apparently, Miss deoreo forgot to give you something, so I have to pass that out. So it's just something you give to your parents. It's not something we're going to interrupt class for. Your job is to do number 11. While you're doing number 11, I'm passing it out. If you're done with 11, try 13. All right, here we go. Now, let's see how you did. All right, we're going to, again, add. Hey, Connor, we're up here. Never back there. Now, what happens to the y's? So I end up with, come on, what do I end up with? Negative 4x equals what? Isn't it negative 28? Right. That's why you have to be careful. I'm here, not there. Here. I know, I'm not trying to give you all time. I'm getting you ready for Tuesday. That's what I'm doing. Stay concentrated. All right? Stay with me. Shh. That's what I'm saying. Just come on. I don't want to fuss. Right? It's annoying. I'm trying to teach, not babysit. All right, you babysit your younger sister? Isn't it annoying? Yeah, that's how I feel. X equals what? 7. All right. Now, plug in 21 minus 5y equals 31. Be careful. What kind of 5y? Yes, this is your mistakes. That's why you're doing them. All right? Negative 5y equals 10. Y.
Negative 2.
Come on. Y equals negative 2. So your answer is 7, negative 2. Any questions? Any questions? Good. Come on.
You only multiply each side by something if they're
We'll get to those. We're getting to those. We're getting to those. All you should be doing right now is saying, man, I know how to do all these problems so far. That's what you're doing. Right? As soon as you don't know something, you raise your hand. And that's what I was trying to tell you about, making your little mistakes right now. That's why you do it. You make your mistakes now so you can correct them so you don't make your mistakes later. But some of you don't do that. All right, here we go. 13. Now, how would I do this? By what? They're set up as y equals. So how would I solve this? No. Well, you could use substitution, but it might be easier to use your... Wow.
calculator.
Yes, here we go. The reason why we're using the calculator is because it's set up y equals and y equals. But I need Julian to tell me how to graph the first one.
We're gonna go
Up
up 5.
5.
And then down 1 over 1.
Very good. Don't be confused because it's out of order here. Then, Hanson, how do I graph this one?
You're gonna go down 7 and then up 1.
Beautiful. So if you know how to do that, now you can use your calculator. So everybody type it in the calculator, find the point of intersection, which is?
6, negative 1.
Somebody said 6, negative 1. Somebody verify. 6, negative 1. Now I'm using the graph. I'm using graph because I'm trying to show you it's in this format. Y equals. Now somebody said you could do a substitution. That's perfectly fine. So you type in, did you type it into Y1 and Y2? So now did you hit graph? Now I want you to go to second. Then you hit the calc button. And then it's number 5. Then hit enter, enter, enter.
6, negative 1.
All right, here we go. Now, we're on 15 now. Everybody take a look at 15. So this problem is a what? The addition problem. All right, we're going to add these. See if you come up with the right answer. So when I add, what happens to the x's? They cancel. So I end up with 2y equals 8. So y equals 4. Now you plug 4 in. Good job. So my answer, come on, 3 comma 4. That's not that hard. Not hard at all. Shh. Everybody good?
Do you know whose birthday it is?
Connor, you good with that?
Whose birthday is today?
Here we go. 17. Here we go. On 17. Wow. Everything cancels. Everything cancels. So here we go. So when we do this, you end up with what? 0 equals 0. So it's a true statement. Come on. So that means it is the same line. So I want everybody to put that down. It's the same line, which means that there is an infinite number of solutions. Now, normally what I do is I just write this, but somebody last period thought infinite number of solution means the same as all real numbers. And I want everybody to look up on the board so I can show you why that's not true. I'm going to graph the first line. This is the first line. Now I'm going to graph the second line. Here is the second line. Are those, is this point over here, Van, you're not looking up. Is this point on that line? Is that a solution? No. So not all numbers are solutions. The only ones that are solutions are the ones that are what? On the line. That's why we say there's an infinite number of solutions, but not all real numbers. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. The intersection is the actual line itself, which means that there's an infinite number of solutions. All right. Not all real numbers. All right. Now, 19. Here we go. Everybody try 19. Now, listen. 19, I'm trying to demonstrate is that the solution doesn't always have to work out to be a whole number. You can get fractions. Now, we're not using a calculator today with our fractions. Right? The reason is we're reviewing to make sure that you don't forget what you're doing when you're using fractions. All right? Now, here, obviously, we can just do what to these things? Add them. Because the 18s will cancel. All right, so let's do that. Draw a line underneath it. Beautiful. So we end up with 27x equals 18. Divide by 27. And now reduce that down to
2/3.
Yes, 2 over 3. Very nice. All right, so I have 2/3. All right. Now, that means wherever I see an X, I'm going to put what? 2/3. Now, most of the kids remembered what 2/3 times 12 is, but some forgot. So I'm going to make sure we're clear on this. 12 times 2/3 minus 18y equals 14. Now, let's review. Whenever you're multiplying, to me, it's easier to divide first. What's 12 divided by 3?
4.
Then you do the multiplying. 4 times 2. So 8 minus 18y is equal to 14. And so now we're subtracting what? Subtracting 8. So negative 18y is equal to 6. So y equals 6 over negative 18, which is negative 1/3. They don't always have to come out to be a whole number. All right. So my answer now is what?
Negative 2/3
comma, negative 1/3. Perfect. Nothing wrong. All right. Nothing. Shh, just stop, girls. All right. 21. Here we go. Now, for 21, we're using this as a what? Graphing, right? Because it's y equals and y equals. So I need this time, you, 21. Tell me how to graph the first one, Caroline.
4 and then
What do I do?
4 and then up 1 over 1.
But you would say go up 4 though, right?
Oh yeah, to like the 4.
Up 4, and then from there, up 1 over 1. All right, you're up. How do I graph this one?
Negative 6.
Down 6.
You go up 2 and to the right 1.
Up 2 to the right 1. Perfect. Everybody do that on the calculator?
10, 14.
And somebody said what?
10 and 14.
10 comma 14.
I got.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, 10, 14.
Yep. I'm not asking you to use your calculator on a review and not allowing you to use it on the test. Come on.
We never know.
All right, here we go. Now, your job is homework. All right, listen, we're stopping here. Now, I'm just trying to make myself perfectly clear, guys. Again, we're going to spend time today. All right, I just did the what? I just did odds through 21. Tonight, your homework is to do what? The evens through 22. All right? No excuses. None. I mean it. I'm going to check. I'd like some of you to come in early so I can check your work. Will, tell your mom to get here early so I can check your work. Julian, tell your mom to get here early so I can check your work. Connor, wake yourself up out of bed. Get yourself here early so I can check your work. You hear me? Tell your mother. All right?
I have a question about number 23.
Okay, because let me just check 23.
I tried it.
That's okay. Here we go. So when you add, you get what?
Well, you get the 3x and then the y values cancel each other out, and so it's 3x is equal to 6, and then you can have
Right?
x is equal to 2,
Perfect.
and you plug 2 into the x, and you get 4 plus y equals 2, and it's like subtraction.
So y equals.
Y equals negative 2.
Wow, I am so proud of myself.
Uh,
I am so proud of myself.
I'm
You have
kinda
no
confused
idea.
'cause it has
That's the
y
answer.
equals on both
Well,
sides.
no,
I just
because
don't
this,
want
I
that.
know. That's why we stopped there. This tomorrow, I'm going to make you check every single one of these in your calculator.
That's enough.
And then I'm going to show you how quickly you can type it into your calculator.
Is number
Super fast.
So ignore the y equals.
Yeah. Well, no, there's no reason because we're not on that problem yet. That's why we stopped at 21 and 22.
Alright.